When we're talking about setup for your golf shot, the most critical aspect of being able to strike the golf ball consistently is once you set up and your ball position is correct, your head must remain behind the golf ball from start to finish. If your head gets on top of the golf ball or beyond it, you are no longer striking the golf ball consistently well. You're going to have a multitude of problems because your head's not behind the golf ball. And if your ball position is correct, you never have to worry about your head being behind the golf ball. Right-handers, their head will be to the right. Left-handers, their head will be to the left. But your head cannot be on top of the golf ball or in front of the golf ball as you set up at address. And that's one of the most critical aspects of striking a golf ball that you'll ever learn. If you get there when you set up to swing the golf ball, your ball striking is going to change forever. And if your ball position is correct, you never have to worry about your head remaining behind the golf ball when you set up to swing at it. Every good player does that. Every shot, every club. In fact, putting's the only aspect of golf that allows you to set up with your head on top of the golf ball, because putting does not involve a pivot. And even though you could be set up with your head on top of the golf ball when you putt, the vast majority of good players and tour level players, even when they set up for their putting stroke, their head is still behind the golf ball. The ball is more forward in their stance and their head remains behind the golf ball. That's the most critical aspect of setting up to strike the golf ball well. Make sure you do that and your ball striking will improve dramatically. Okay, the next quick tip is chipping. And what we're going to cover in that is when you set up and what the most critical part of being successful in chipping is. And that is once you set up properly, your ball position is correct, your stance is narrow, open to the target, you're gripping down on the golf club for control. Once you set up and shift your weight forward to the target side, 75% of your weight should be forward toward the target, 25% of your weight should remain on the trail leg. When you go into motion, the most critical aspect of being successful chipping and making consistent solid contact, not hitting fat shots or thin shots, is when you go into motion, if the handle moves first away from the target, that means you can't cock your wrist and point the grip in toward the target when you first go into motion. What needs to happen is once you set up and you're in that static position, the handle, the grip in, you just pull it back away from the target first. And if you do that, your contact will be solid, consistent, and clean. All the fat shots will go away, all the thin shots will go away, and you will be much more successful chipping. It'll enable you to control distance and direction. The final quick tip today is about balance. And that, in a simple word, says it all in your golf swing. That is what you should always be out to accomplish when you swing a golf club. It's just to be able to remain in balance when you swing the golf club, no matter how fast or how hard you swing, no matter what golf club you select. Once you swing the golf club, if you're in balance, all of your misses get better. Your poor shots aren't so poor. And the horrible shots will virtually go away, because when you can swing in balance, it means the golf club's going to travel on a better path, and that means you're going to strike the golf ball better and more consistently. So when you're watching tour level players and they swing golf clubs, no matter how fast they're swinging, their balance is impeccable, and that enables you to have pretty consistent footwork. You remain grounded, and when you rotate better in balance, everything is better. So work on that, and it's going to improve your golf game. If you like that lesson, leave a like or a comment. And if you're interested in working on your golf game, if you'd like to get in touch with me, I'll leave the information on how to get in touch with me in the description.